Hi everybody, my name is Madeline Hogan. I'm a project. Hello. I'm a project assistant with Friends of Recovery New York, and I'm also, first and foremost, I'm a person in long-term recovery. And what that means to me is that I have not used any substances since July 24th, 2015. However, what we fight for, whenever I say that I practice a program of abstinence, I always make it a point to remind everybody, because we're here to educate the public, especially for New York, as an advocate for multiple pathways, that abstinence is not the only pathway of recovery. It is not the only pathway. And a big thing about harm reduction, because we're coming here today to talk about how harm reduction saves lives, and I say this humbly and with love, okay? I don't say this to be preachy, but if you support harm reduction only with abstinence as the end goal, you don't actually support harm reduction. So we're here, harm reduction saves lives. Project Safe Point, we just heard from Project Safe Point, they're over there handing out Narcan, handing out safe using supplies. These are all things that save lives. Like, we're all here because we're tired, not one more. Like, I have a tattoo on my arm that says, I miss my dead friends. Like, there's not a single person, I've been in recovery for 7 years, but there is not a single person I know of out there that I was out there using with on the streets of Albany. They're all either dead or in recovery, or in jail. Dead, recovery, and jail. So, like, those are the three end results of, like, using drugs. So, three of the main ones, not all of them. But, so just a little bit really quick about what FORNY New York does is that we are the only statewide recovery community organization, and we advocate for the needs of the recovery community to be reflected in policy. And then we also link folks with recovery resources in their own communities. And this is a lot of what we do is trying to educate and just remove the stigma. Because think about it, like, why are we here fighting for overdose prevention centers? Like, that's exactly what they are. Like, you would think that our elected officials would want people to live. You would think that they want people to live, but it's because of the stigma. Even if you just want people to live so that they'll vote for you, like, come on. Because of the stigma that goes along with using drugs and using words like addict, that's why we're standing here. Like, this should not even be an issue. Like, this should be overdose prevention centers in a world where the opioid, where it's literally become an epidemic. Like, overdose prevention centers should be a no-brainer. Like, they should be a given. It should be like a pharmacy. It's a healthcare issue. So a lot of what FORNY New York does, and what I just wanted to say really quick, was that we are here, that ending stigma is not something that's going to happen overnight, and that is what is going to put us in the trajectory of overdose prevention centers being a given, just being something that's there to save lives. And it happens on the ground. It's not something that's going to happen overnight. It happens in communities. It happens by having conversations. It happens by not using stigmatizing language. Like, I don't come up here and identify as an addict outside of one particular place. And it comes down to just, like, recognizing that recovery is great. Obviously, we want people to recover if that's what they want, but, like, people who use drugs matter. People who use drugs matter whether they want to stop or not. They are still human. They still deserve dignity and respect and love, and we're here to celebrate and uplift the voices of those who use drugs who want to stop, those who use drugs who don't want to stop, those who want to have a certain recovery path that might look different than others. So just thank you everybody for being here today and working to ending the stigma, and that's all I got.